Fireweed stole the spotlight in our last video, and for good reason, of course. We're talking about a very common plant that grows in almost all of North America and Canada, taking a spark out in the wild from a flint and steel without any charring. But after the video posted, we couldn't help but feel a little bad for one of our most consistent no-char tenders who may have been misrepresented a bit. And it's true, we did not present Pearly Everlasting at all in its best light. Quite the opposite. We featured it way out of its prime, and we can't let anyone come away from one of our videos not fully understanding what an amazing plant Pearly Everlasting actually is. One reason this plant has been so beneficial to us when it comes to no-char flint and steel fire making is simply how common it is. Even way up in high elevation and after a recent wildfire, Pearly Everlasting is still going strong. The reason it failed in our last video is because its flint and steel fire window had closed for the year and it just didn't have enough potency left to catch our sparks. This has been our experience with most of the plants on our no char yes list. Even the great ones eventually shut things down for the season, and that's an important thing to understand if you're trying to make a fire late in the year. Case in point, you saw Pearly fail in our last video, which was shot around the middle of last fall. But here's the same plant at about the same elevation only a couple of months earlier. In both cases, we're working with dead leaves that were still attached to the plant when harvested, and yet drastically different results. We got this batch to take a spark in just a tick over 2 minutes, and in the world of no-char flint and steel fire making, that is no time at all, especially compared to how long it took us to ignite fireweed, for example. And just for the record, when we did our deep experimenting last year with Pearly, we achieved 10 consecutive embers averaging only 9 strikes per ember. Now come on, that is pretty conclusive. So here's our main 2 points. No-char flint and steel tinder can be a bit particular when it comes to the time of year and weather conditions. As a general rule, your best bet is to harvest dead leaves from a live plant, and don't push your luck trying to harvest late in the season. Now, some plants are the exception to this rule, and some, including Pearly Everlasting, can even be harvested green and dried. So please go check out this video. Trust me, it's absolutely packed with no-char flint and steel education. Point number 2 is that Pearly Everlasting in its prime is a no-char force to be reckoned with. True, it isn't quite on par with our top 3 or 4 tenders, but do not pass on Pearly Everlasting this season in your flint and steel striking endeavors. And please report back to us. Let us know how it performs for you. Thanks for watching.